Leading with care, fostering job satisfaction through commitment. Motivation and trust abstract. This research brief explores how leadership, organizational commitment, work motivation, and trust intersect to impact employee job satisfaction. Drawing on research from industrial organizational psychology. Key variables influencing job satisfaction are identified. The brief then discusses how leadership can cultivate commitment through empowerment, connection to purpose, and fairness. The significance of supporting autonomy, developing competence, and assigning meaningful work for bolstering intrinsic motivation is also covered. Examples across healthcare, technology, and other sectors illustrate how these concepts manifest. The conclusion emphasizes that small acts of care through listening, explanation, recognition, and transparency build the foundation of trust required to optimize engagement. Recommendations are provided for how managers can incorporate these relational priorities to strengthen cultures of fulfillment, performance, and resilience over the long term. As a management consultant with over 15 years helping diverse organizations improve performance, one trend is abundantly clear: the human factor is key. While processes, structures, and strategies matter, what ultimately moves the bottom line is how people experience their work. Do they feel valued, invested in the organization's success, and motivated to give their best each day? These softer aspects of business often get overlooked amid the hustle. But a growing body of research underscores their importance for job satisfaction, retention, and results. In this brief, I'll synthesize findings from several studies on how leadership, commitment, motivation, and trust intersect to impact employee well-being and engagement. My aim is to translate academic concepts into practical recommendations leaders can apply across industries and teams. Drawing from both research and real-world experiences consulting in industries like healthcare, technology, and nonprofits, I hope to illustrate how prioritizing people and relationships can strengthen any organization from the inside out. Leadership sets the tone. A constant across the literature is the pivotal role leaders play in cultivating an enriching workplace. According to Frost, 2014, management practices and leadership behaviors are key determinants of employee attitudes. How leadership shows up each day communicates what truly matters and whether people's well-being is a priority. When individuals feel heard, respected, and empowered by their boss, they are more likely to care deeply about the work in return. Mwangi and Omondi. 2018. This was vividly illustrated during my time with a regional health system grappling with high nursing turnover. Speaking with staff, a pervasive sense of disrespect, lack of autonomy, and poor communication with supervisors dominated conversations. Not feeling trusted or valued in their roles profoundly diminished morale. Despite technical competency, Bamford et al. 2013. While resources and protocols were adequate, the hands-on, micromanaging leadership style crushed commitment. Seeing this firsthand underscored how the soft touchpoints of day-to-day interactions can undo an organization's best efforts if people do not feel personally invested or supported in their manager. Conversely, leadership focused on empowering others, listening without judgment, and showing care for individuals' well-being often cultivates remarkably engaged teams. During my work with a financial technology startup, the CEO's deliberate efforts to understand each person's goals and remove barriers to success were palpable. Folks felt trusted to do their job well and find meaning in it, which fueled innovation, collaboration, and collective ownership over challenges that is still evident years later. Building commitment strengthens relationships when people feel personally invested in an organization's mission and valued for who they are. Not just what they produce, they naturally want to contribute more of themselves each day. Mayday et al. 1979. High commitment stems from an employee's identification with an involvement in the company, as well as belief that efforts will be reciprocated through opportunity and fair treatment. Allen and Meyer. 1990. Leaders play a key role in cultivation through transparent communication. Active listening, recognition of both efforts and humanity in each person. For example, at a healthcare non-profit serving under-resourced communities. The CEO focused on breaking down silos and cross-training teams. This gave staff insight into others' roles, fostered understanding across departments, and helped individuals see direct impact of collaboration. Taking a "we're all in this together" mindset built real cohesion and commitment to serving shared clients rather than individual tasks. Simple efforts to connect people to the heart of the work paid off in staff feeling invested well beyond job requirements. Cohen. 2003. Conversely, distancing mechanisms like unclear priorities, lack of recognition, or disempowering decision-making diminish ownership. During another client engagement at an insurance corporation undergoing layoffs and restructuring, employees felt they had little agency or information. As commitment declined, so did discretionary effort as people only did the minimum required. Leo and Nyhan. 1994. Rebuilding trust and showing genuine care for those impacted was key to regain momentum. In summary, commitment emerges when leadership cultivates identification, involvement, and belief that dedication will be reciprocated through growth and fair treatment. Simple, genuine efforts to connect people to purpose and one another foster stronger relationships that uplift performance. Motivation powers performance. Ultimately, people's intrinsic motivation to do their best work is crucial for engagement and retention. Gagné and Desi. 2005. Research indicates several key drivers. Autonomy support. Having choice and control over how work gets done boosts initiative and ownership over outcomes. Stone et al. 2009. Mastery opportunities. Challenges that allow continuous learning and improvement satisfy innate psychological needs for competence and growth. Pink. 2009. Meaningful purpose. Seeing direct impact and connecting efforts to important outcomes fuels long-term motivation. Anderson. 2008. Fair compensation. Feeling appropriately rewarded and recognized for efforts reinforces dedication. Fry, 1997. As a consultant to a manufacturing company, autonomy was a hidden motivator. Giving production teams room to problem-solve and streamline processes sparked new efficiencies and reduced mistakes. Seeing initiative unlocked simply by empowering people's talents highlighted motivation's power. Conversely, in a compliance-focused utility organization, micromanagement crushed autonomy. Strict rules and top-down decision-making deflated intrinsic energy. Redesigning roles to give employees ownership over certain outcomes re-engaged them when flexibility replaced constraint. Stone et al. 2009. For any role, space for initiative within appropriate guardrails unleashes discretionary effort. Building on trust accelerates impact when leadership, commitment, and motivation align. The result is highly engaged teams optimally positioned to excel. Yet these elements gain exponential strength when built upon a foundation of trust. As the old saying goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and care is communicated through integrity, consistency, and having others' best interests at heart. Covey. 2006. At the non-profit healthcare center, trust was indispensable as COVID-19 struck. With information evolving daily, leaders centralized decision-making but empowered transparency. They showed genuine concern over staff's well-being through flexible schedules, hazard pay, and open dialogue. This strengthened confidence that leadership had things under control amid uncertainty. Dirks and Ferrin. 2002. In return, teams rallied tirelessly through immense challenges by leaning on their collective rapport. Conversely, broken trust can unravel even the hardiest cultures. A consulting client in academia experienced this when financial issues came to light. Questionable decisions cracked previous goodwill. Rebuilding after regaining credibility required transparency, accountability and reassuring all stakeholders they still mattered most. Shockley-Zalabak et al. 2000. Though a difficult road, focusing on relationships over transactions restored purpose and pride in the institution's mission. All in all, trust acts as a force multiplier. When paired with caring leadership, commitment to shared success, empowerment and equitable treatment, it unleashes discretionary effort that exceeds expectations time and again. Cultivate care through the daily interactions to strengthen job satisfaction through these proven drivers. Leaders must view each interaction as an opportunity to cultivate or diminish commitment, motivation and trust. While lofty business objectives require strategic rigor, cultivating workplace well-being stems from consistency in the small moments. Listen without judgment. Make people feel heard by actively hearing perspectives different than your own. Explain why. Provide rationale and context so autonomous teams can adapt to changing needs. Recognize efforts and humanity. Notice and thank people for both their expertise and who they are as individuals. Engage in two-way dialogue. Make information and decision-making processes transparent through inclusive discussions. Develop strengths. Focus on playing to people's talents through continuous learning versus mandated compliance. Care beyond tasks. Show genuine interest in individuals' well-being, not just productivity or problems. Admit mistakes gracefully. Model accountability and growth by acknowledging errors transparently. Through these daily disciplines of care, leadership builds the relational foundations of trust, commitment and motivation that engender highly engaged teams. Such cultures outperform targets consistently by optimizing people's intrinsic motivation to give their very best. Realizing full potential starts from within at the end of the day. Achieving sustained excellence depends on optimizing an organization's most invaluable resource, its people. While leadership sets the tone, individual commitment and well-being emerge from interactions that cultivate meaning, growth and trust day after day. When teams feel respected, empowered and invested in shared success, motivation soars. Job satisfaction strengthens retention and lifts organizational agility, innovation and resilience in turbulent times. Drawing from both research and consulting experiences across industries, it is clear fostering workplace wellness demands consistency in small things with great love. Through care, candor, and conscience in daily exchanges, leadership can take a good company to great heights by first helping individuals discover and share their fullest potential. May we all find ways to lead with empathy, empower others, and continuously spread goodwill. Our collective success surely follows.